Welcome. I hope you are tremendous today and very tulis on this Saturday, April 11th, 2026. Elon comments, "The sun is just about everything" on a repost. The sun is by far the biggest source of energy in our solar system. Even here on Earth, the sun accounts for roughly 100% of all the energy we use. Fossil fuels are just ancient sunlight stored in plants, while wind, hydro, biomass, and solar power are all driven by the sun right now. Beyond Earth, the vast majority of spacecraft, satellites, and future Mars bases run entirely on solar energy. The sun puts out 3.8 times 10 to the 26 watts, more energy in a single second than all of humanity has ever used in its entire history. And just to put it in perspective, the sun makes up 99.8% of the total mass of our entire solar system. Jupiter is only 0.1%. Everything else, Earth, Mars, asteroids, etc., is basically miscellaneous. We're finally learning how to use the only energy source that actually matters. The White House posts, "Next step Mars."
Congratulations to the great and very talented crew of Artemis II. The entire trip was spectacular, the landing was perfect, and as President of the United States, I could not be more proud. I look forward to seeing you all at the White House soon. We'll be doing it again, and then next step Mars, President Donald J. Trump.
The Babylon Bee, fake news you can trust, reports. In dire need of toilet, Artemis II lands at Buc-ee's. Also, lucky hockey fan catches foul tooth. And Strait of Hormuz adds roundabout to help with traffic buildup. Reflecting light. 1. When you walk the path of being emotionally genuine, authentic, and transparent, whether by circumstance or by decision or both, then those who are strategically opaque will use your transparency to know what hurts you, what you hope for, what you fear losing, and what outcome you need most. They will be tempted to have your interaction stop being between equals and start being a quiet pricing exercise. Because this takes place, one option is to choose deceit. The alternative, and your best recourse, is even more strategic honesty and transparency. Double and triple down on it. 2. Have the courage to be honest. Integrity is not for sale. 3. Game theory explains that people are betrayed because they expect reciprocity from others, even when there is no incentive to do so. When the stakes are high and the game nears its end, people turn ruthless. Remember what time it is. In the finale, no player plays around anymore. 4. A narcissist counts on the fact that most people assume others mean well. That's what makes their predatory behavior work. When confronted, a narcissist will resort to asking you to assume their best intentions, while their behavior shows otherwise. 5. Narcissists punish you for having emotions. They can hurt you all they want, but how dare you say anything negative about them? They expect you to forgive and forget every time, without consequences. 6. Some people argue to understand. Some people argue to win. Figure out which one you're dealing with before you invest too much in the conversation. 7. C.S. Lewis describes how the modern obsession with being nice can destroy the soul. In The Abolition of Man, Lewis argues that when a society stops believing in objective virtue, it does not become tolerant, it becomes manipulable. He calls the result men without chests. People with appetites and intellects, but no courage, no honor, no trained moral instincts. They can calculate everything and defend nothing. Lewis saw that once we reject inherited moral law, we do not become free. We become raw material, easily shaped by propaganda, pleasure, and fear. Modern man prides himself on compassion, while quietly surrendering every standard that once gave compassion meaning. Lewis's insight is brutal. A civilization that educates clever cowards will eventually be ruled by tyrants or technicians. Because when nothing is worth dying for, everything becomes negotiable, including human dignity. 8. Make your own mistakes. You have a right to your pain. 9. Beware of letting people grow too familiar with your usefulness, because familiarity turns gratitude into expectation faster than most men realize. What began as respect for your competence slowly becomes reliance, then entitlement, and then quiet irritation the first time you refuse to keep carrying a burden they had already decided was yours. Until you see me again, duliness saves the universe. Be well, everyone.